She was 8 months pregnant, and they found her half buried in a shallow grave. Her face was swollen, her hands tied, and her baby gone. She thought she was meeting her friend for a baby gift, but what she walked into was a setup. You're watching an unbelievable true story, where we only tell real stories. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. This happened in California, just outside Fresno, in early 2024. Michelle Christine Solis, 23, excited, nervous, glowing. She posted on a mom's group about needing some last-minute baby items. A woman replied, said she had extras, clothes, a car seat, even diapers. They chatted for a few days, got friendly. Michelle trusted her. So when the woman said, "Come pick them up, I'll leave the gate open," Michelle went. She never came back. Hours later, her mom called. Her phone? Dead. Her car? Still parked outside the woman's house. Police showed up. No answer. They searched the yard, and that's when they saw a patch of fresh dirt. Right there behind the shed. That's where they found Michelle. And her baby? Cut from her womb. Missing. 1 in 3 women will be attacked in their lifetime. 80% of victims already knew their attacker. Michelle thought she was safe. She wasn't. We added a women's self-defense course in the description and first pin comment. Made by cops and martial arts pros. Teaches how to break free, fight back, and stay calm under pressure. No gym, no fluff. Just 60 minutes of real training. You can do it at home. Now stay with me, because we're about to break down who did it, how they got away with it for days, and the one small clue that cracked the case wide open. Let's get into the full story. Her name was Michelle Christine Solis. She was 23, lived with her mom and younger sister. Didn't have a lot of money, but she had joy. Joy in her belly. A baby girl. Michelle smiled every time she talked about the baby. She already picked a name, Aurora. She was going to be a single mom, but she wasn't scared. She said, "All I need is love and diapers." She was kind. She laughed loud. And she was trusting. Maybe too trusting. The day it happened was a Thursday morning. February 15th, 2024. A little cloudy. Still cool out. Michelle had been on a Facebook mom group, asking if anyone had used baby stuff to give away. Some folks said no. One woman said yes. Her name was Veronica Ramirez. She looked sweet in her profile pic. Brown curls. Big smile. She told Michelle she had clothes, bottles, even a car seat. Michelle was so happy. She told her mom, "This lady's gonna help me." She said she's a mom too. Her mom said to be careful. Michelle said she'd only go for a few minutes. Back before lunch, she promised. At 10:48 a.m., Michelle got in her mom's car and drove to Veronica's house in a quiet part of town near the edge of Fresno. A small house, old gate, nobody else around. Michelle parked, walked in through the side, and that was it. That was the last time anyone saw her alive. Hours went by. Her mom texted. No reply. Called. Phone went to voicemail. That wasn't like Michelle. By 4 p.m., her mom drove to the house. Saw Michelle's car, but no Michelle. She knocked. No answer. She called 911. When police came, they saw the car too. Still locked. Purse on the seat. They knocked. Nothing. They looked in the windows. Something fell off. They asked neighbors. One old man said, "I saw a young girl go in this morning. Never saw her come out." That's when they noticed the backyard. A small shed. And near it, fresh dirt. Officers went around, started digging, and after just a few inches, they found her foot. Michelle's body was wrapped in a tarp. She had bruises all over. Her hands were tied with a red scarf, and across her stomach, a long cut. Her baby was gone. Veronica Ramirez was arrested that night. She didn't run. She didn't cry. She just stared. Cold. They found the baby, alive, inside the house, wrapped in a pink blanket, lying in a laundry basket. She had blood on her, but she was breathing. Michelle died protecting her, and her baby lived. According to the WHO, 2021, 1 in 3 women globally will experience physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. Most of the time, by someone they know or think they know. Michelle didn't meet a stranger. She met a liar, a woman who faked kindness, so she could steal a child. If you're a mom or a sister or just someone trying to stay safe, That's why we added a real women's self-defense course in the description and pin comment, made by law enforcement and martial artists. It shows how to break free, escape, and stay calm in danger. It's just 1 hour. Might save your life. Michelle didn't get a warning. She didn't get a second chance. She walked into that house thinking she'd leave with baby gifts. She never knew she was the gift, the one being hunted. Veronica Ramirez wasn't even pregnant, but she told people she was. For months, she faked it. Photos online showed her cradling her belly. She told her boyfriend a baby was coming, told her neighbors, told her family. They even threw her a baby shower. She had a name picked, had nurseries set up, but she didn't have a baby. She had a plan. Detectives searched her home. It looked normal at first. Pink walls, diapers stacked up, little onesies folded on the bed. But one officer noticed something off. The baby formula was expired. The crib had dust on it. And the ultrasound photos? They weren't hers. She stole them. From the internet. Veronica had been trying for years to have a baby. Lost two to miscarriage. Got angry. Obsessed. Then, she started following pregnant women online. Quietly. Privately. She'd comment like a friend. Smile with emojis. Then move to messages. That's how she found Michelle. The police dug through Veronica's laptop. What they found, chilling. Search history said, how to cut a baby from the womb. Do babies breathe in the womb? How long does a woman live after blood loss? It wasn't random. It was planned, step by step. They found messages to other pregnant women. She'd offer rides, gift bags, free strollers. She was hunting. Michelle was the one who said yes. The autopsy showed Michelle fought hard. She had cuts on her arms, bruises on her neck, and dirt in her nails. She didn't go easy. She screamed. Neighbors later said they heard a loud thump around 11:20 a.m., but nobody checked because it was a quiet street, and nobody expects murder in the daylight. Michelle was hit from behind with a frying pan, twice, then dragged to the back room. Still alive. Veronica tried to tie her down. Michelle kicked, fought. She scratched Veronica's face deep. That's when Veronica used the kitchen knife. She didn't know what she was doing. She cut too deep. Michelle bled fast. The baby came out crying. Michelle did not. When they asked Veronica why she did it, she just said, I needed her more than she did. Michelle's family was destroyed. Her mom couldn't speak for days. Her sister, just 16, stopped eating. And the baby, little Aurora, spent her first days in the NICU under police protection. No one knew if she'd survive, but she did. The trial was fast. Veronica pled not guilty, said it was a mistake, but the jury didn't buy it. Not after seeing the photos, not after reading the texts. She was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The judge said, this was evil, wrapped in baby clothes. Michelle's story shook the state. It made national news. People were scared. People were angry. How could this happen from a Facebook post? How could a mom-to-be end up in a grave? After the funeral, Michelle's mom made a public plea. Please, don't trust people just because they seem nice. Meet in public. Bring someone with you. My daughter is gone. I don't want yours to be next. One good thing did happen. Hundreds of people donated. A baby fund was set up for Aurora. She's being raised by her grandma now. She looks just like Michelle. Big brown eyes, tiny dimple, and when she laughs, it sounds just like her mama. There's something about this story that sticks to your skin. It ain't just the crime. It's the trust, the kindness that got twisted. Michelle didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to be a good mom, to save money, to be smart. She never saw it coming, because no one ever does. Before Michelle even knocked on that door, there were warning signs, little ones, but nobody caught them. Police went back through Veronica's online activity. Turns out she'd been banned from 2 parenting forums. Why? Fake pregnancy stories. People thought she was strange, but strange don't always look dangerous. One woman had even blocked her. After Veronica asked for her home address, said she'd drop off baby lotion, but the woman felt weird, like she was being watched. She never responded again. And there was another red flag. Veronica had been in trouble before. In 2020, she tried to take a baby from a hospital. Said it was hers. Walked right in. Had a fake ID badge. Nurse stopped her just in time. She was arrested, but only got probation. No jail. No psych hold. They let her go. That was a mistake. Michelle's murder didn't come out of nowhere. It came from years of looking away, of not taking the warning signs seriously, of not locking up the right people at the right time. The medical examiner who saw Michelle's body, he broke down in court. He'd seen a lot of cases, but this one hurt. He said, it looked like she was reaching for something. Maybe help, maybe her baby. She never got either. And there was something else. When police checked the backyard shed, they found a second tarp, already rolled up, clean. There was also another blanket, another baby bottle, another list of names. It was a plan for the next baby. Veronica had made a list of 5 more pregnant women, with dates and due times. She wasn't going to stop. Michelle saved more lives than she ever knew. By fighting back, by leaving scratch marks, by getting loud, because her fight is what helped police build the case fast. She didn't die quietly. She made noise, and that noise echoed. Michelle's sister, Sophia, gave a speech at a school not long after the trial. She told a gym full of high school girls, "Don't trust a smile. Trust your gut." She held up her sister's old phone, still cracked, still filled with baby pictures. She said, this phone had all her dreams in it, but dreams ain't bulletproof. You gotta protect yourself. That speech went viral. Over 6 million views. People started sharing their own stories. Times they felt unsafe but didn't speak up. Times they were followed, offered rides, told to just come inside for a minute. We teach kids how to tie shoes, how to say please, but we don't teach them what to do when someone's too friendly. That's why this story matters. And if you're watching this now, thinking, it won't happen to me, Michelle probably thought the same. That's why we added a real self-defense course in the video description and first pinned comment. It's simple, made by cops and martial artists. Just 1 hour, and it could save your life. Because if it's ever you behind that door, you need to know how to survive. You know what makes this story even harder? Michelle wasn't just a victim. She was a hero. She fought long enough for police to find her baby. She scratched deep enough to match DNA under Veronica's nails. She gave her daughter a chance. That ain't weakness. That's strength. And little Aurora? She's walking now. Talking too. First word? Mama. She doesn't know what happened yet. But one day, she will. She'll hear the whole story. And she'll know. Her mom loved her enough to fight to her last breath. A month after the trial, Michelle's mom got a letter in the mail. No stamp, no return address, just a plain white envelope with her name on it. Inside, a folded piece of paper. It said, she was lucky. I could have taken more. Signed V. Police traced the handwriting. It matched Veronica. She had mailed it from the prison library, used another inmate's ID to sneak it out. She wasn't sorry. She was proud. Michelle's mom collapsed reading it. Couldn't breathe. Paramedics came. That letter wasn't just cruel. It showed something deeper. Veronica wasn't sick. She was evil. And evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it smiles. Sometimes it wears baby pink. After that, the Solis family pushed hard for change. They met with state lawmakers, shared Michelle's story at town halls, started a petition called Michelle's Law. They wanted one thing: stronger checks on women who claim to be pregnant after known mental health issues or fraud, especially if they've been in trouble before, especially if they've shown violent behavior. It made news. A senator backed it. And now, in California, there's a bill that could change how law enforcement monitors pregnancy-related threats. Because of Michelle. Meanwhile, Veronica, she got moved to a different prison. Why? She started telling other inmates she was expecting again. Said a miracle baby was coming. Staff didn't believe her. She hadn't even had a visitor. But still, they isolated her. Because even in prison, Veronica kept playing pretend. One prison nurse said, she keeps rubbing her belly like someone's in there. But it's empty. Always was. You hear about crimes like this sometimes. In other states, other countries. But they don't feel real until it's close. Until it's a girl from your town. A girl who worked at the same store. Walked the same streets. Michelle used to buy her mom's favorite bread from the corner store. She always smiled at the cashier. She once gave a homeless man her last $5. She was real. Not a headline. Not a case number. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, 2023, a child goes missing every 40 seconds in the U.S. That's not a typo. That's real. Some get found. Some never do. And some, like Aurora, are taken before they even take their first breath. And this part's important. Michelle's case wasn't the first like this. And sadly, it won't be the last. In 2015, in Colorado, a woman named Dinell Lane cut a baby from another woman's womb. Same setup. Fake help. Real horror. This is a pattern, and no one talks about it enough. But Michelle's family? They're still talking, still fighting. Her mom started speaking at pregnancy centers, warning young moms, don't go alone. Don't trust too easy. Ask yourself, would I do this if I had my baby in my arms already? She brings Aurora with her sometimes. The baby just stares wide-eyed at the lights, grabs at her grandma's necklace, and laughs. That laugh gives people hope, but also chills, because behind it is blood, loss, sacrifice. You think the story ends here? It doesn't, because something happened on the 1-year anniversary of Michelle's death. Something no one expected. A woman showed up at her grave, pregnant, crying, holding a gift bag. She stood there for 20 minutes, then walked away. Security footage caught her. Police couldn't ID her, but they found a note inside the bag. It said, "She saved my life. I was next. I knew it. I left the group chat the day she died. Tell her thank you." There are people alive today because Michelle fought back, because her story spread, because people paid attention. And if you're watching this, maybe you're meant to hear it too. To remember that help can come wrapped in danger, and that sometimes survival starts with saying no, or I'm bringing someone with me, or let's meet in public. Michelle's gone, but her fight isn't. And her daughter? She's learning to walk in the world her mom tried to protect. Michelle didn't get to hold her baby, not even once. But her story holds people now. It holds strangers. It holds moms who almost trusted the wrong person. It holds daughters who learn to pause before they say, "Sure, I'll come alone." Her face is on posters now. Not the missing kind, the warning kind. Shared in pregnancy groups, hospital lobbies, women's shelters. One poster says, "She thought it was just kindness." It wasn't. Michelle's eyes are on it. Soft, tired, hopeful. You can't look away. Michelle's story changed how people talk. In Fresno, some OB clinics now include safety talks during checkups. Don't share your due date online. Don't meet strangers alone. Trust your gut more than your calendar. That wasn't part of the appointment before. Now it is, because now they know. Michelle's cousin, Javi, started something too. He was never a talker. Quiet guy, worked at a mechanic shop. But after the funeral, he made flyers, printed his own money. He taped them in bus stops, gas stations, dollar stores. They said, before you meet anyone off the internet, text someone, even just one person, or don't go at all. People laughed at first, called it over the top. But one day, a woman came into his shop, crying, said she saw the flyer. She was about to meet someone she didn't know for a baby item pickup, but she backed out, said she couldn't stop thinking about Michelle. Javi didn't say much, just nodded, gave her an oil change for free. Then he walked into the back of the shop and cried into his hands. This kind of pain doesn't leave. Not in a month, not in a year. Michelle's mom still keeps her daughter's phone charged, still pays the bill, can't bring herself to shut it off. Sometimes, when she misses Michelle bad, she plays a voice note Michelle left. It says, "Okay, I'll grab milk too. Love you. See you in like 15. That was the last one." Some days the house is quiet. Other days, little Aurora fills it with sound. Running, falling, laughing. Asking for juice, asking for cartoons, asking, "Where's mommy?" They don't lie, but they don't give it all, either. Not yet. They just say, "She loved you more than anything. You made her brave." Aurora sleeps with one of Michelle's old shirts, wrapped around her little fists like armor. Still smells like lavender. And Michelle's grave? It's covered with little girl things now. Toys, bows, notes, some written by strangers, some by survivors, some by girls who say they were almost Michelle, but aren't, because they saw her face, heard her name, and stayed home. Sometimes justice is a courtroom. Sometimes it's a scream. But sometimes It's a whisper that stops someone before they walk into a trap. Michelle's whisper is still working. If you've watched this far, you probably feel something in your gut right now. Maybe anger, maybe fear, maybe a tightness you can't explain. That's your body warning you, telling you to stay sharp, to trust slower, to keep yourself alive. That's what Michelle would have wanted. Not to scare you, to prepare you. And that's why we added that self-defense course. In the description and pinned comment, no fluff, just survival, taught by people who know what it's like to fight for your life. People who made it out, just like Aurora did. Michelle Christine Solis, born in 2000, died in 2024, loved with her whole heart, fought until the end. She never got to hold her baby, but her baby will grow up holding her story. Now take a breath. Hold on to it, because this next case, it started with a missing school bus and ended with 3 sets of bones, buried under a garden. No one ever touched, until the smell wouldn't go away. That unbelievable true story. All real. Stay alert. Stay alive.